Deep inside a magical forest lives a little rabbit named Ruby. Ruby calculates every possible risk before taking a single step. She maps out the precise falling trajectory of autumn acorns and the tripping hazards of exposed roots. This paralyzing caution keeps her safe, but it also anchors her to the mouth of her burrow, preventing her from seeing the world beyond her doorstep. Living directly above her is Milo, a little monkey in constant motion. Milo leaps between high branches without checking if they can support his weight. His restless energy drives him to explore, though it frequently leaves him tangled in briar patches he failed to notice. One sunny morning, they examine a hollowed-out, weathered tree trunk and discover a glowing map. The parchment promises a direct path to the legendary golden fruit of happiness, an artifact said to bring joy to the entire forest. They decide to embark on the quest together that very morning. This pairing creates immediate friction. Navigating a perilous wilderness requires adaptability that neither possesses alone. A rabbit who freezes at every shadow and a monkey who ignores every warning face a nearly impossible task in the deep woods. This chart illustrates the error in their thinking. They begin the journey viewing happiness as a geographical destination, a physical prize at the end of a straight line. They are unaware that fulfillment follows the complex, tangled web of internal growth. The first leg of the journey leads them away from their home tree and straight into a vibrant river system populated by the local forest animals. They encounter active locals, like a brave squirrel darting across the river stones and a sleepy bear fishing on the banks. Milo's high energy proves useful here. He keeps pace with the squirrel and plays with the bear, building the rapport needed to navigate the busy riverbank. When a wise owl and a funny parrot block a crossing with complex riddles, the pace changes. Ruby steps forward. Her analytical mind allows her to sit with the bird's words, find the logic, and solve the puzzles that would have frustrated Milo. Analytical, these encounters show the pair that their progress depends on their different approaches. Milo clears the physical hurdles through action, while Ruby dismantles the mental ones through logic. The traits that hindered them at home become effective when paired. Ruby's overthinking and Milo's hyperactivity combine into a toolset that allows them to support the forest animals and move forward. The glowing map interface updates, tracing the path away from the river and into the dark, jagged depths of the forest caves. Inside the caverns, Milo ignores Ruby's warnings to stay close. He sprints into the shadows and triggers a trap set by a tricky fox. Heavy vines and branches crash down, pinning the monkey to the stone floor. Milo's speed cannot break the vines, so Ruby takes control. She assesses the snare's tension, uses a series of echo distractions to keep the fox at bay, and carefully unties the trap to free her friend. Watching Ruby work, Milo sees the life-saving value of her deliberate pace. He recognizes that his energy needs her strategy to keep them both safe. By relying on Ruby's intellect to outsmart the fox, Milo learns to throttle his impulses. He begins to turn his raw energy into more calculated action. The map now points upward, tracing a steep ascent out of the caves and toward a towering, snow-capped mountain peak. A violent storm hits the peak as they climb. Freezing wind and swirling snow obscure the path, and the sheer scale of the danger paralyzes Ruby. She freezes against the rocks, unable to move. Milo takes the lead. He uses the brave spirit that previously caused trouble to become the engine that pulls Ruby forward. He grabs her paw and guides her through the wind, step by step. On the freezing rock face, Milo provides the steady nerve Ruby lost, just as Ruby provided the restraint Milo lacked in the caves. They are now filling the gaps in each other's characters. This physical hardship forces a level of mutual trust they didn't have at the start of the journey. Their opposing weaknesses have balanced into a survival mechanism that gets them to the summit. They break through the clouds and enter a lush, sunlit garden. Hanging from a vine in the center is the golden fruit, radiant and exactly as the map described. They reach the prize they spent weeks chasing, but they both hesitate. Ruby and Milo look at the fruit, then at each other, and realize they have no need to pick it. The map transforms one last time. The geographic landmarks fade, replaced by the specific treats the duo earned at every obstacle. The path was designed to force these changes. Ruby conquered her fear to find her bravery, and Milo mastered his impulse to find his patience. They have already gained the joy the fruit promised. They leave the fruit on the vine. The real value of their journey lives in the trust they built, the growth they achieved, and the friendship that survived the mountain.